what it is, what it is, what it is. I had to get up out there. I had to get up out of my relaxed position and come forth once again real quickly. I may do it a couple times because I am taking the day off, and I might just sit in front of this camera for a minute, a couple times real quick. I want to say something about pseudoscience real quick. Add this to the library of those who, download proper frequencies to maintain our abilities or whatever. Nevertheless, okay, second. Pseudo. Okay. I was looking at it, and I'm gonna have to go into these so-called caverns and shit, and these libraries and shit, right? Um, to let you see something, because I can prove to you that this so-called whatever you think about pseudo science or whatever, that's just a name. That's a fiction. First of all, you're caught in the fiction. Even when you say Negro or Moor, you're caught into the fiction. You know, you're caught into that fiction. All right, it's a fiction, and those who accept, what's the word we say? I conditionally accept only. That means you changing, you're switching, and you're supposed to do that. But most of you just accept pseudo, but you ain't even thought about what the fuck that mean and who said it and why they said it. Now, I go into this library, all right, looking on pseudo, and I go to Greek etymology, right, real quick. I don't use their books and what's the names, but I do when I have to, only to formulate my, correct vision or insight. All right, a lot of people get well. He think I know. I'm telling you to think. I don't think about me. You should not think about me. You should think about you. And use what you can in order to get or to conceive or to envision or to create what it is you would like, not someone else. You know, I don't have no temple decorators that come in and decorate my temple. I shall put what I want in that temple, and it should not offend no one. Just like what somebody else put in their house or temple or in their mind, that makes them unique. You have your own design. Says this: the power, the melanin, the carbon, the power. Nevertheless, let's back to it. Okay, check it. Uh, the pseudo. I go in and I'm looking at different things. They got a lot of stuff in here, that states this, states that, and I go to the Greek etymology of it, right, real quick for this. It says lying, false, untrue, deceived, beguiled, or beguiled, or whatever. All right. It says usage notes. It says, in many classical Greek cities, being good at lying and deception was considered a virtue and a heroic quality in the Odyssey, for example. Let me see that again. Let me see that again. I said, let me see that again. In many classical Greek cities, being good at lying and deception was considered a virtue and a heroic quality in the Odyssey. That's a book, the Odyssey. All right. But we take it in the Greek philosophy or mentality or intellect, being good at lying and deception. All right. Check this out. All right. No, that's not the definition for pseudo. That was just a usage note, letting you know that where you getting your information at, they're good, they were good, and is good at being good, very good. Matter of fact, they're great at lying and deception. Matter of fact, it was so great that they considered it a virtue and a heroic quality. Okay? Now, why do I make that an apparent vibration that you need to feel? Why? I will tell you. Let's say, all right. Oh, let me give a couple more definitions of the. I didn't even give one yet, did I? But a definition. Yeah, I did. But pseudo, it means a false. Let me just read it. When I get to it. Anyway, I will find it. But pseudo is like false or whatever. Let's go to Wikipedia, whatever the hell that state. It says the prefix pseudo from Greek, all right, mean lying, false, is used to mark something that superficially, right, appears to be or behaves like one thing but actually is another. All right. Now check this out. Listen to it. Appears to be or behaves like one thing but actually is another. All right. Okay. Just real quick, throw it in there. You know what I'm saying? Get your mind going in all directions. You want to go in one, you it's not necessary. You know, we mental. All right. Nevertheless, um, appears to be one thing. You know, when they want you to appear in court, according to what's on the books and law and stuff, we said we're not appearing, right? We're visitors, or or any other method we use. We don't use their words and terminology. We're not appearing. It says so. We itself say we're not appearing. We're appearing to be something else, not what appears to them, because they got you as a corporate fiction, as those names and titles, you know what I'm saying, things of that nature, right? Nevertheless, what does that got to do with it? Check it out. Absorb. Check. So, here we go. Pseudo, right? It also means out of the spectrum of the scene. Out of the spectrum of the scene. All right, now check this out. So that's what makes it false, because it's out of your perception. Now, who did this? Europeans, right? So-called Europeans, right? These ones that have a macabre body, or can I call it a macabre body? I call it a macabre body, because we know I'm stating something more profound. Nevertheless, they have a macabre body that can only see on a spectrum of 7, not even, they can only see the physical reality, all right? They can only see the physical reality, all right? Now, anything outside of that would be what? Pseudo. Why? Because it does not, it cannot be perceived by your perception. But whose perception? The Greeks. These ones who have a macabric body, all right, that only accepts certain rays of the spectrum, when the black body absorbs all rays of the spectrum. See, the so-called African, all right, has that science in him, which this one who can't see the infrared, who can't see the ultraviolet, who can't perceive, and when he does get caught in the infrared or the ultraviolet, it affects his ass, or the UV rays affects his ass in a way that he doesn't like, because it was not prescribed for him to even understand. So now you got a word that you want to pump on us that comes from one who is a liar and a deceiver and have deceived you to go against your brothers and talk about what they are when you are it your damn self by your nature. You say you spiritual. Black folk is spiritual. How you spiritual if you can't see it? It's beyond the perception. How do you even agree to it? And say you're not pseudo according to their definitions. Stop using their definitions. Their definitions is carving and molding your dumb ass into some dumb ass shit. And a lot of people get offended by it when I say that. I say it out of humor. You know what I'm saying? It's really out of humor, because comedy, is actually expression. It's not to insult. I said that a person should just sit back and say, oh, you crazy with that shit. You know what I mean? Not to offend you, brothers and sisters, all right, on that human level. I'm not here to acquire nobody's dislikes and shit. I want to inquire your mind, to inquire yourself, activate self, stop doing things in a robotic type of mode. Think. If you have to go to a book, if you have to go to these libraries to tell someone something that you perceive, then you didn't perceive it. You conceived it on account of others who have been the authors and the historians, and have made it a virtue to lie to you. Pseudo. You are the all in all, and the I am that I am great, not good. They told you God is good, but Tony the Tiger say he's great. You goofy. I'll be back at you. Think about that. I got a lot more to say about that, but do I need to say more? Do I need to say more? Don't let no one, no doctor, all right, no chiropractor into your goddamn biology. At least you lead. All right, you lead in that. All right, I know most of you, you know what I'm saying, not trying to, build your own confidence up. But it is no one that's going to come to your aid except you. And if you do not prepare yourself for your own understanding, understanding, and overstanding, but not rejecting so much of shit, you're not rejecting it. You're accepting it. But you're coding it into your computer. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's computer is totally different. They receive information only for it. You think it's only PC and Mac. No. You think it's only 24 letters in the alphabet. You think it's only 360 degrees in the circle. You think 1 + 1 is 2. I ain't gonna get into that, but you already know it's not 2. It's not 2. If I mix this with this, now if I take this plus this, right? If I take this and pour this into that, and then I pour this into that, how is it 2? You got 3 because I just poured some of both of these into this one. So what do you have? You have 3. Nevertheless, that shouldn't have confused you, but only if you are under the impulses of MK Ultra will you not understand, nor will you hear. But nevertheless, that was just for you real quick. I got some things to do. I will be back to you today because my day is off, and I intend not to do so. I intend not to do really no work except sit in here and just talk and say some things. So I might be throwing about 4 or 5 at you. All right, if I don't get no inquirers in the field of what I like to do. All right, y'all be yourself and be an inspiration to others to use their mind and not the dictionary and not no motherfucking codes, regulations, or violations of any kind. Use your mind. And whatever you do, do it well. All right? Do it well. And one more thing about them shots out. Okay? People that say shots out, most don't think. If they get on the radio and say shots fired, it's a problem. But you the one sending shots out. Shots out to, don't send no shots out to me. Ain't no shots out here. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no shots fired around this motherfucker. All right? Period. It's just information. Y'all take care. I mean no harm. And if I do, then bring the goddamn along.